Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the last episode of Made in Abyss. And, wow. Well, this is kind of somewhat special because it is a double-length episode for once. And, well, it kind of rounded off on a somber note, yes. With Nanachi requesting that Reg assist her with Mitty. Now, I'm guessing because this is a double-length feature, it's going to get into some more in-depth elements and try to play along those feelings of, well, it's going to try and make you sad, isn't it? There's no point trying to lessen the blow, it's just going to try and make you sad. So, hopefully you've built up enough mental fortitude. And let's just delve straight into it. Well, I suppose it can start off with a little recap, yeah. I'm not going to complain. And it's making a big deal of his incinerator. And I can't place that voice. It's probably really obvious. But unfortunately, for the time being, she is anchored to where she is. Sorry, did I mishear you? If only that were true. But then again, would you really want to subject someone to the fate that they appear to have, well, found themselves in? It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? I kind of, well, I don't particularly enjoy it, but kind of like my current form. I don't want to, what the hell would you call it? Degrade? Devolve into a pile of goop? I mean, is there even a basic structure to it? And it keeps alluding to that purple line faced guy. So I'm assuming that appears in this one. I'm not sure what the connection is to his belly button, but okay. Maybe the tremendous force of having to fire the incinerator? Well, that'd be slightly cold, wouldn't it? Or to explain the purpose. Especially if your life is a bit, well, not great. I'm guessing hygiene isn't a major factor around these parts. Okay. Bonrudo. They're all looking up to him with wonder. And yet his words weren't particularly filling me with confidence. People are mean. Yeah, sure, get in this big elevator thing. Yeah, of course, that sounds like a pleasant journey. Do they know of the effects of the abyss at this point? Or have they, not been informed / don't know what's going on? I'm sure the whole "you'll be bleeding from every orifice" thing might make people think twice. Well, subjecting yourself to the abyss at this depth of the abyss, it's a good start, I guess. So you just want a better existence. And if she's great at scrounging, then yeah, sure. I'm not sure she quite achieved her dream of being a white whistle. I'm kind of wondering why everyone else was shunning her. So she had to learn to read. Hmm. Well, I suppose if they are descending, yeah, there's going to be all sorts of creatures around their little elevator thing. I don't think I'm ready to see the culmination of what happens. So I keep seeing that, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. So a reincarnation of the soul. So everyone returns to the abyss and the abyss gives life. That kind of thing. And is she drawing Mitty? Personal space! Surviving, drawing, and personal space. Bad vibes. False hope. We hope it's our turn soon. I don't think you do. Okay. If it's just a medical checkup, where is everyone? She ignored the request and went exploring. Yeah, he's gone along with it so far. The morality of the situation. Yes. Of course. Explain your evil deeds in... well, in public, essentially. Oh, great! Okay. Not sure about the timing of that. Is it just because she found out? It's like, okay, time for you as well. Now, she should be, well, correctly worried about this after overhearing, but Mitty should be, for the most part, ignorant of what's going on. Oh. Yeah. He just didn't tell you everything of the research. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm all for scientific curiosity, but there is a limit. Oh, great. It's nice of him to tell her that. You see, if we didn't know the outcome of this, so maybe there's some sort of like way out that they could find, but we do know, don't we? I think the fact that he said to her, I'm guessing that's all the other kids. I'm guessing that because he said, if she dies, then naturally would be affected as well. That's why Mitty can't die. I mean, it's kind of fascinating in a mortifying kind of way. Her treasure, her reason for living, is mutilated in front of her. That's not going to cause any severe mental trauma. Ugh. And she's still drawing. He's so detached from it all, but then again, this world is, as I keep saying, death is a part of it, so I'm guessing his thoughts of science don't really align with ours either. And how? I've had enough. 9? Okay, that goes past scientific curiosity now. Hey, look, it appears she regenerates. Let's smash it some more. I mean, you've got to respect her resolve. Try not to eat it. Okay, this is where she's gaining her medical knowledge. So the graveyard out back, how many of them were found and how many of them were on her pursuit to help Mitty? Okay. So something that is made from the abyss has the ability to kill it. what exactly is this Sporogamus or whatever it's called? And even if she, that was the case, what kind of quality of life is it? Not being able to communicate, even if she was there and conscious. And not being able to rejoin the abyss. Well, saving Rico's life and I guess saving Mitty is recompense. Good way of putting it, I guess. And just like Rico is his, she's put her existence completely in the hands of helping Mitty. I don't think she's thought much further than that. And that is also incredibly worrying, thinking about it, actually. Considering this world is already bleak enough as it has is. She's done well to keep so upbeat over the years. So yeah, she just puts everything in. And he's learned from watching Rico. Was that one of the water bears or whatever they're called? Might be best, when in doubt. I mean, how could you just get chunks of meat wrong? How's that even possible? You at least took out the entrails. So he either nicked the intestines, or that particular animal isn't edible. Is she reading her a book? She's still teaching her about the abyss. Or is it like a fairy tale type deal? Looking better. Looking better. I mean, there is a certain amount of sentience that Mitty possesses, but this room that Nanachi has built for her is I'm not sure what to call it. Depressing yet full of... Well, it's quite loving, isn't it? I like the parallels it's drawing between stories in real life. I didn't think of that. So not only will she be alone forever, but and get her soul back into the cycle of the abyss. Well, until another relic of the abyss appears, but yep. He can't exactly leave her alone. Especially after hearing about this, her tale. Tale. Is that the first time that she's reached out to comfort? Jesus. Surrounding her with all of her toys. Is he going to be able to? Oh, okay. Is she apologising for not being able to go with her? This is some send-off, isn't it? I don't think he's going to be able to stop it this time. Oh, the bird. I know this is what Nan actually wanted, but is she going to be able to cope? Considering she had lost her treasure already into this form, and now there's nothing. There was only so long she could keep her composure. Yeah. I knew they wouldn't mention that being I knew they wouldn't mention... Well, then actually mention Mitty being a treasure without bringing it up again. You're too close! I'm not even going to pretend as though I know what I'd do in those kind of circumstances. Liza? Hang on a second. There's no body? Him being sad, him remembering Liza. Did he have to incinerate her? That would be a spanner in the works, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, she's up. After question mark how many days of being inactive. Nice might not be... Yeah. Does she not mind personal space when it's coming from Rika? Try and peel her off, please. I think we already know the Nachi's preferences, so that would be why she's okay. But is she really hesitant after we know that Riko is a capable cook? Has she ever had edible food before? I guess as a suitable thank you, and being able to make food is quite good. We get that you don't exactly know the circumstances, but... Oh yeah, she's been passed out the entire time. How did she know? Is it anything to do with the fact that Mitty was on top of her the entire time that she was passed out? What is... I'm not sure what this is meant to represent. And she's regressed into... Well, I'm guessing what they all kind of turn into when... Well, apart from Hanachi. Don't put your eye on it. Jeez. Being able to communicate without words. I kind of hoped that Rico helped Mitty in a way. Okay. So they helped each other. I expected Nanachi to be tearing up slightly, but... Yeah, I'm not sure why you're bringing it up, though. Do you really trust her going out by herself for the time being? Now he'll fill her in of exactly what has transgressed. Oh. Yeah. So it's far enough away from the light of the abyss, I can't remember what they call it, that the creatures themselves lose their animalistic instincts. The fact that she has no qualms about this. Has he ever... Have we ever seen any bug swatting? I don't remember. Probably algae or something. Some sort of water-dwelling thing. Okay. Yeah, like the people who go beautician thingy where you put your feet in and the fish eat it. I don't want to answer that question. Don't answer that question. Oh, do not answer that question. Why would he have that feature? CPR. Life saving. Let's go with that. Isn't actually considering being part of this gang? I don't know what to call it. Yep. She, however slight, has found a new reason to carry on. Oh! Finishing off the operation. Removing the mushrooms is going to hurt. And no anesthesia. Yeah. Understandable. That's quite a scar. Although it could have been worse. Where's... Not bad. Just a bit more kind of training and you might get some movement back. Well, she still has her arm, so... And what happened to the, the scar of the stinger going through her hand? Of course he was. Yeah. It's a direct parallel between the two of them, isn't it? One way of looking at it. She's embarrassed. Oh, I'm guessing she overheard. So, oh, this is why you came and helped. How can you turn down that request? Grab. Yeah, he's a bit useless. Yeah, that's the main reason. The lower floors. I'm not sure I agree with the withholding of information just because. I see she hasn't lost any of her enthusiasm for adventure. And probably the events have just invigorated it. Sending notes up. I wonder if that old guy, actually passed on the message. The information and everything gathered from Nanachi and Mitty is probably going to be quite helpful. And are they going to pass on that, how to make medicine? If, these people don't already know. Why do you need... That's why you need... Okay. Yeah. The message isn't for them, so they just fix it, keep it aloft, and see it on its way. And wasn't there rehabilitation? That might have been the word I was looking for. Uncharacteristically pleased for them. The corpse eaters. Or feeders. Something like that. You see, the message is a scent. is just as troublesome as, well, as theirs on the way down, isn't it? Attacked by monsters on all fronts, not really being able to defend itself, and relying on the help of others to carry it on its way. Motherfucker. I mean, it can be just anyone who finds it. And so the adventure continues. And I know they use those leaves on when they're returning the ashes to the abyss, so whether or not this is a somewhat metaphor for Mitty. It's leaving her home that she shared probably for the last time. Don't do anything to get rid of my slight happiness at the end of this. Oh, so he's impressed that she's found a way. Oh, congratulations, you're carrying on the experiment for me. That's essentially what he just said. I mean, I kind of get it, but if it was for the purpose of helping the future cave raiders withstand the effects of the abyss, then maybe there was some scientific validity to his experiments. However, it mostly seemed just like for pure curiosity, or possibly even just personal gain. Can't say I agree with that. Right, for the most part. But for a send-off, not only did Reg allow Mitty to return to the abyss and not be stuck in a perpetual, state of agony and fear, but Mitty also helped Riko regain herself slightly, didn't she? There was a circle of, circle of life kind of exchange there. Riko for Mitty. Riko was brought back from the brink, and Mitty was allowed to proceed. I feel for Nanachi. I somewhat know what it's like to care for someone in a state where they aren't themselves. Especially when there's no possible way of communicating, because you don't know if they are actually there or not. But I'm glad that she's being able to move on with her life and join those two on their journey. And I know that many people have died on the journey exploration in the depths of the abyss, but the experiments performed on the children just seemed unnecessary because they weren't even part of it. They were brought from a far afield, which, even in my propensity of trying to ascertain some sort of BS level of well, just making it okay, I can't really think of a humane reason for doing so. And yes, there were a few moments in this where it definitely did have that sting of emotional impact. Made in Abyss really did kind of hit the mark quite well with its just, well, music composition and other characters. It had a similar yet distinct kind of impact the OVA of Gabriel Dropout had, you know, with the blind girl. Whereas that just kind of had here's someone that they started to care for, that had some sort of connection with, and then tragic accident. There you go. We can relate to that. We know what's going on. This had a lot more depth to it. A lot. Possibly because it was explored via several episodes rather than just 14 minutes, so I can't make too much of a comparison. But the fact that there are parallels to the real world, and the issues we face here, there's no clear-cut answer. Just like Greg, is it for the benefit of Missy or not? Does it help her? Is she stuck? Is she there? She seems to be existing and fine, but, you know, I'm sure we all know where the conversation leads, and especially where it went. Jesus. If you're looking for a review or a score, pretty good. I'm not going to put an arbitrary number on it. It really means nothing anyway. Numbers, it's all subjective. We know our objective things which makes shows stand out, but your enjoyment is subjective. But this one was pretty damn good. I want to say more, but I don't think I can process it right now. So hopefully you understand, and hopefully you're okay with that. And if you are, please help me heal my fractured heart by leaving a comment down below and liking the video. If you think it deserves it, of course. Subscribing to the channel is also a great way to make sure you don't miss anything, especially since this is the last episode. There has to be something following it. And yeah, quite a few people have been asking, quite a few people have been waiting. So, well, you should know what will be coming up. And if you don't, well, it'll be a nice surprise for you, won't it? But now, I've got to go on to Death Parade, which is definitely gonna be just as heart-rendering, isn't it? So, get some rest. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.